This coconut and chia creamed rice pudding makes a really delicious, nutritious breakfast. You might have not thought of having rice pudding for breakfast before, but it makes a great breakfast. It's a really good alternative to porridge, and you can make it the night before so that when you wake up in the morning, all you have to do is go to the fridge and it's ready to eat. This recipe is gluten-free, it's refined sugar-free, and if you need it to be, it can be dairy-free as well. Rhubarb's in season at the moment, so I'm going to stew it and use it with the creamed rice, but if you don't have rhubarb, that's fine. You can use whatever stewed fruit you like. So all you have to do to make this creamed rice is set your oven at 160 degrees Celsius. So you need half a cup of short grain rice, and it has to be short grain rice. You can't use long grain rice. Short grain rice has got the right amount of starch to make the pudding nice and thick. Then we need some chia seeds, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, about 2 cups of coconut milk, and 3 cups of milk. So here you can use normal cow's milk if you're not dairy intolerant, but if you do want to keep it dairy free, you could use almond milk or soy milk, any other dairy free milk. And for a bit of extra flavour, you can always throw in a cinnamon stick. Stir it all together, and then it needs to go into the oven for about an hour and a half. The pudding's in the oven, so let's stew the rhubarb. I need about 400 to 500 grams of rhubarb stalks. Just chop them up and put them in a pot. To stew the rhubarb, you need a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup. And all we have to do is put this on the stove top and just let it simmer away until the fruit gets nice and soft and it starts to collapse and break down. Make sure you stir the rice pudding a few times during cooking. All you need to do is break the skin and stir it back in. So the fruit's starting to soften, and you can just stir it with a spoon and it will kind of shred the rhubarb. So the pudding's been cooking for about an hour and a half in the oven. This makes such a good winter breakfast. But what we need to do now is sweeten it up. And you can use honey for this, you could use maple syrup, which I'm using, or you could even use something like apple syrup. I think about 2 to 3 tablespoons is about right, but just add some, taste it, and then you can add a little bit more sweetness if you like. And the rhubarb's almost ready, and we need to sweeten the rhubarb as well. So a bit of maple syrup goes in there. And if you like, you can always add some ground cinnamon too. Yum. This makes such a good breakfast on a cold winter morning. It's really nice to have this as a change to standard old porridge. So the rhubarb's ready, so spoon the rhubarb on top. But remember, you can have whatever stewed fruit you like on top. If it's summer, stewed apricots or nectarines would be really nice. I have some almonds and a little bit of coconut and maybe a few more chia seeds. And there you go. Breakfast is served. That's delicious.